Good morning. Hope you're all having an amazing day. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about something a little bit funny in regards to how I got started with YouTube and what got me interested in YouTube. And some of you may already know from a previous episode, but initially, I got started in YouTube when I was in Costa Rica after I had retired. And of course, when you're retired, you don't have much else to do other than maybe watch YouTube videos. And if you're retired and you're watching this, you know what I'm talking about. But one of the points of interest to me when all my life has been finance. So I've obviously gravitate towards finance videos. And when I was watching these finance videos from these younger finance YouTubers, I was really kind of annoyed. And because they were pretty much regurgitating the same information, one after another after another. And they're pretty much giving you a sales pitch, I thought. Because they're telling you, 1, live below your means. 2, invest in index funds, the S&P 500, that kind of index fund. 3, invest like $500 every month for many, many years and then put it in a calculator and you can see, oh, I grew to $1.5 million. And that's what they're selling. They're giving you that information. Now, the information isn't bad and this isn't wrong. But the one thing I started realizing is that they are, like I said, saying things over and over again, the same people saying things over and over again. And then they would turn around and sell you a course. And here you go. This is the course. Take it, and you can make a lot of money and retire early or become filthy wealthy and, be like them. And did you ever think how many of them were actually doing what they're preaching? That concept, right? Practice what you preach. How many of them were actually practicing what they preached? They were living this lavish lifestyle. They had all this money. They're showing you, oh, look, by doing what I'm doing, this is how I live my life, and this is all the money I have. And yet, they weren't putting away $500 into their, account every month and investing in S&P 500 index funds. That's not how they're living their lives. So I got kind of annoyed by watching those videos. And, sure enough, my wife tells me, start YouTube. Talk to people and give them practical advice of how they can retire early or become financially independent. And that's what I did. I started a YouTube channel. But after, let's say, 4 or 5 episodes, because I was in the jungles of Costa Rica, and so I take the kitchen table out to the yard, and I set up a tripod, and I make these videos. And I would talk about the same things that they would talk about, the younger people would talk about. Roth IRA, 401k, just all the basic things for preparing for retirement. And that got boring. Guys, talking about numbers and finance is boring. It reminded me like I was in school. And I didn't enjoy making those videos. But then I understood, we all, you and I, we all, didn't learn finance when we grew up in elementary school, high school, college. Well, I did go to school for finance, but you know what I'm talking about. Finance was not a topic of conversation or something that we learned as we grew up. How to manage our money. And I know there's a lot of people that are going to the YouTube to search out help and advice. And don't get me wrong, they are, finance YouTubers are providing some good information, some valid information. But what I would ask you to consider is be mindful of who you're watching on YouTube. finance influencers or any influencer or anybody that does YouTube, you have to be mindful of what the information they're providing, as well as what their intent of providing the information. Of course, YouTube is a business for a lot of people, and they make their income, their livelihood on YouTube. But at the same time, could have you got that information for free? Do you need to sign up for a course? Do you need to sign up for coaching? Do you need to sign up for a workshop or go to these seminars? Chances are you don't, because there is a lot of information out there on YouTube that you can use to better your life and your situation financially. Because it really kind of, all my kind of conversation discussions kind of all work together. They all work together in terms of spending your money wisely, putting your money towards things that are going to create value for you. And I think sometimes we can get hung up or kind of get wrapped up in, the dream of becoming, wealthy, or a dream of becoming financially independent, a dream of becoming or retiring early, that we can also fall into this trap of buying all these courses and buying all these, workshops and buying all these one-on-one sessions or whatnot. And, you could have got that information for free, possibly. So, of course, like I mentioned, I'm not, giving the other YouTubers a hard time. But if they're selling you a course for $3,000 and they're not doing what they're selling, chances are, to me, that seems kind of sketchy. So I would ask you guys to think about looking at, when you're looking towards finding resources, information, not only, of course, the credibility of the information, but also if you're gonna sign up for the course, does it truly create value for you for the money you're spending? Because ultimately, my mission is to kind of encourage you to make sure to intentionally spend your money wisely if you're gonna spend your money. And I brought up frugality already, I brought up minimalism already, of how that helped my wife and I retire early. But at the same time, I know that we can all fall into these traps, and finance influencers, finance YouTubers, they can also pull you in that trap. And the funny thing is, people will say, Griff, you're talking about finance. Aren't you a finance YouTuber? And I can say, yeah, I think I may be that area, that realm. But the big thing is, I'm not going to ask for you to sign up for a course. I'm not going to ask you to do coaching. I'm not going to ask you to do a workshop. I'm not going to develop anything to sell you, because I don't need to sell you anything. I'm retired. I'm doing this sheerly for entertainment purposes, to give you guys information that I've gained over the years of my life. And I'm not expecting anything in return. Now, you will see occasionally from my other YouTube channel, people always wanted to, give me something, to thank me for making videos. So I set up Buy Me a Coffee. And I appreciate them, sending me money to buy coffee, because I do. I buy smoothies and coffees and, thank them on the video. And that's why I set up a link in my channel here to buy me coffee. If you feel like buying me coffee, buy me coffee. And I literally use it for coffee, because I love coffee. I drink coffee every day. So if you ever buy me coffee, that money is going towards coffee. But you will never see me developing anything to sell you. And that is, I guess, another reason why I wanted to make these videos, is that if this information that I can give you, that's for free, no course required, that's my part. Because initially when I started the channel, I said, you know what, I want to do my part in society and help people to accomplish their goals financially and to give back. And that's just you know, something I can do where I don't have to charge money. So I still want to get ran over. There's a lot of traffic on this road. But yeah, so anyways, that is the topic of conversation today. I want to make a kind of short, brief conversation about, you know, be careful about, you know, following finance YouTubers on YouTube. There's a lot of them. And then there's also this reason why there's a lot of them too, because they make a lot of money also off of like endorsing products, affiliates, like one example, Bitcoin. Man, some of these young influencers and promoting Bitcoin, and then a lot of people lost a lot of money because they bought these made up currencies. And that just breaks my heart to see that kind of situation where I just hate to see people get scammed. I hate people see lose money. I hate people see taken advantage of. And for that to happen, it just breaks my heart. So I don't, of course, this episode is supposed to be positive, so I want to make sure to let you guys know there is a lot of resources on YouTube, and there is a lot of good finance YouTubers and financial influencer, what do you want to call them? I never consider myself an influencer. I'm basically just going to provide you guys information and for entertainment purposes only. And yeah, that's pretty much the reason why I want to make this episode. But I hope you guys enjoying these videos I've been producing already about all the stuff about finance. I'll keep on producing more information about finance. If you have any specific questions about finance, feel free to leave them below. But just bear in mind, one thing I will probably never do on this channel is I'll never tell you what to invest in. Because investing is a personal thing. And we do it for our own reasons, or why we think we should invest in certain things. So I'll never tell you to invest in certain things. And so I would ask you not to ask me, oh, what should I invest in? Because I won't answer that question. It's just not going to happen. But I'm going to show you the things that we did, my wife and I, what we did to give us an opportunity to get to the point where we are now. And that's the main reason I created this channel. So, but anyways, that is it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to smash the like button. Also, feel free to leave a comment below and subscribe. And also, stay positive. We'll see you guys back next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.